Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana continues to be stuck in this so-called descending broadening wedge, which is a very rare pattern. All the attempts to break out of this trend line so far have failed. And very importantly, we are stuck below this pattern as well. This large descending, this is an ascending wedge, yeah. So obviously we talked about it before that these are most likely going to break out to the downside typically, which happened here. That it would happen already is of course something that you can't, forecast. Ideally, it would have moved up in another wave here to finish this off and then break down. But either way, these are sort of, let's call them patterns of exhaustion, which at some point usually break out to the downside. Now we are in this descending wedge. These typically break to the upside, and that's why I think there is still a realistic chance in whatever shape or form that this is going to break or move at least to the upside, even if it could take a little while, because I mean, this fifth wave could, for example, become a diagonal pattern like we are currently seeing it maybe with ADA, but it's a different structure that we have here, so it's a bit tricky. The idea is we could certainly have the wave 4 completed here and now move up in a fifth wave, maybe in such an ending diagonal pattern. For example, could become something like this, yeah, where we are, I don't know, moving up in some kind of a channel or a wedge pattern to the upside. But first of all, we need to break above this descending trend line. That's very important. And until that happens, we are going to follow the pattern. Important in my view is that should we lose that 2230 level, this previous swing low, then we have to assume that this high was already in this wave 5, which means I would have to assume that the wave 5 was in here, this was a wave 4, and then this is the A. This is now in whatever shape or form a B wave, and we will come down in C, and that means the overall high was in, and we are moving down here in a C wave next, which is not too unlikely given, that we can't really get off the ground here anymore and come into this area, which is currently located between 1160 and 1660. But it wouldn't be a big problem, because then we will move into this very attractive price range that I'm waiting for. I'd rather prefer it to go down immediately, without that additional high. Because, everybody who had the possibility could enter here in these different support areas, boxes, trade setups. They all worked out. I guess people took profits or whatever, or you moved up your stop loss. And now this is the area many people are waiting for. I'd rather get there sooner than later. We certainly have enough waves to the upside. It would give me more confidence that this is actually a bullish count if we get one more wave up. But if it's not happening, then it's not happening, and then we have to prepare for a downturn into this area. This is not bearish, this is actually bullish, because you need these retracements also in an uptrend. And this is a pullback, a needed pullback to bring the indicators down, and it will allow new buyers to get in. And this is sitting between Fibonacci levels that are relevant for the wave 2. Should the price push a bit higher, I will have to move the support area up a bit. But if the bear market low is already in, we will never see these prices again. Therefore, this will be a very interesting price range. Should Solana lose this support area, then it will go to new lows, possibly into the area that was originally indicated, down to maybe $4 or $5 US. But hopefully we will not do that, because we've had a nice rally. And ideally, on the grounds of that, we can now pull back in a wave 2, find support, and then rally higher in a third wave. Alternatively, it could also just be an ABC pattern here, but that doesn't really matter. Again, the only difference between ABC and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what happens afterwards, which is the wave 4 and 5. But the wave 3 or C, both an impulse, run in very similar ways. So you wouldn't be necessarily able to understand the difference until we understand if there is a wave 4 or not. So the wave 3 can be traded, or the wave C, and therefore this will be a very attractive entry point. And if the bear market really is over, we will never see these prices again. Yeah, very interesting. So yeah, that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.